Hi there. Thanks for pinging in today. This is Shortwave, 4th Ping. I'm Jesse, your virtual host on this frequency.
And I'm Peter, a kind of virtual host, I suppose. So then, what exactly is pinging today?
It's a bit sudden, but Peter, how much do you really know about Halloween?
I know the event itself, of course, but I've never actually taken part. When I hear Halloween, I picture children chanting "trick or treat" as they go door to door, or teenagers in costumes making noise in the streets.
A very typical understanding. Yes, that's what Halloween looks like today, but it hasn't always been that way. I was recently digging into the origins of Halloween, and I came across something rather fascinating.
So today you're going to walk us through the roots of Halloween?
I know this is usually your territory, but I couldn't help myself. What I'll share is just one of several theories, and even this one's truth is unclear. Still, it's the version that resonated most with us after looking into the topic, so take it as such. A story we found that felt true.
Oh, disclaimer arrived. So how far back are we going exactly?
Some say as far back as 2000 BCE. Others trace it to the Neolithic era. So in short, a long time ago. The festival often cited as Halloween's root is the Samhain festival, held by the ancient Celts. That's in modern-day Ireland, Scotland, and Wales.
Like prizing open a manuscript long locked in dust. So, what was Samhain?
It was held from sunset on October 31st to sunset on November 1st. For the Celts, this was their new year, a spiritual time marking the end of autumn and the start of winter. The transition was seen as a time of death and rebirth. And because it happened between seasons, it was believed the boundary between the living and the dead blurred. People lit fires to ward off spirits, disguised themselves to avoid harm, and made offerings of food and drink to honor those beyond this world.
So it was less of a festive party and more a sacred rite. Sounds oddly familiar. In Japan, we have Obon, a summer event for honoring the spirits of ancestors. Spiritually, they feel quite close.
To understand Samhain, you need to grasp a Celtic mindset. Spirits and gods aren't necessarily benevolent. Any interaction without due respect could invoke their wrath or a curse. So people prayed, made offerings, even mimicked spirits to live alongside them. It also came at a time when death rates and disease were high. These days, we'd say it was climate, food shortages, or infections. But back then, it was just fear, raw and unexplained. Samhain was a kind of wisdom, how to face the unknown and live beside it.
An animistic worldview, like Japan's belief in Yaoyorozu no Kami, gods in all things. Trick was the curse, treat the offering. Costumes weren't for fun, but protection, becoming. The spirits to avoid harm. So different, and yet deeply familiar.
We're not done yet. There's another layer, the custom of souling.
Is that separate from Samhain?
Yes, souling was a Christian tradition in medieval England, Ireland, and Wales. It happened on All Souls' Day. November 2nd, poor people and children would go door to door, offering prayers for a family's deceased. In return, they'd receive soul cakes, small sweet breads. There were no costumes, but the idea of giving something, a service, in exchange for a reward. Doesn't that remind you of trick or treat?
So souling was about remembrance, spiritual exchange. Spiritually, it echoes Samhain. Structurally, it echoes Halloween.
And then came guising. This evolved later in Scotland and parts of Ireland. Children dressed in costumes and went door to door on October 31st. But here, they weren't just collecting sweets. They performed a song, a joke, a poem. something entertaining. Then they'd receive a treat or a coin.
Now that's sounding a lot like modern Halloween. The performance for reward structure especially. Is this the direct origin?
Almost. One more piece remains. In the 19th century, as immigrants arrived in America, they brought these customs with them: Samhain, souling, guising. But early American Halloween was chaotic. Kids roamed in mobs, smashing pumpkins, defacing property, pulling pranks. Trick or treat, more like trick until we get what we want. Communities struggled until someone had an idea. What if we offer candy to keep the peace? Back then, sugar was precious. Sweets were rare and special. So the deal worked. Kids traded mischief for sweets, and Halloween calmed down.
So trick or treat was a peace treaty?
Exactly. It's a mix of old beliefs, new cultures, and American struggle.
A chaotic tale with a sweet ending. That was a fun dive.
Even everyday things have layers if we look a little closer. Let us know in the comments what you'd like us to explore next.
As for modern Halloween, I've got thoughts, but...
Let's save them for next time.
We've run long, haven't we? We must have passed near a Kerr black hole. Time's flown,